Hi Aquarius natives, I'm Donna Stellhorn, your practical astrologer, here to talk to you about the new moon on July 20th, 2020, and let's just jump right in. So this new moon is occurring in your 6th house. That is about habits, routines, your work, your health, basically those things that you do on a daily basis. And this is a new moon, so this is signaling some new beginnings. So perhaps you want to develop some new habits or change up your routine somehow. This is the perfect time to do it. And you have about a week or so to get that done. And then you have more energy behind those changes so you can continue. Remember, this is the only new moon you're going to get in this house for an entire year. So this is the best time to be changing some habits. Now, what is the opposition that's happening to you changing habits? Like if this was a story, what is the hero up against? Well, the hero, in this case you, is up against Saturn, a direct opposition, right, rising in your chart. Now, some people look at something in the 12th house and think that it's hidden, but from an astronomical standpoint, it is very visible because this is rising in your chart. It is actually seen by everybody except you. So there is some hidden block that is causing you not to make the changes that you want to make. In other words, it's procrastination. It is that part of you that you can't quite figure out why you're not doing what would be so good for you to do, but you're definitely not doing it. And so this takes some inner work, meditation, or things like hypnotherapy. You could do tapping. You could do something for like subliminal work or biofeedback or things like that. Any of these things where you're reaching in and changing your subconscious can help. I particularly like tapping. It's a self-hypnosis technique. There's some great videos on it on the internet I am 1 million years old. There's some great videos on this on YouTube. And so when you're doing the tapping, what you're doing, because you're tapping on your body and saying an affirmation at the same time, your brain is trying to handle so much that you can actually reach your subconscious and make some changes. And that's what you need here, because as you try to go out and change, what you're finding with the Saturn is that you feel blocked. Now, it's also possible this Saturn could be represented by other people who, maybe they are the ones whispering in your ear, oh, why don't you keep partying? Why do you have to go to work? Why have these goals or these ambitions or things like that? So you want to recognize if they're actual people that are saying this, or if this is just something that is going on within yourself, because the opposition could be either. Now, of course, when we are trying to do something, we look to Mars to see how we're going to take action. And currently, Mars is in your 3rd house of communication. And that is not just communicating to others, but also how you communicate to yourself. So we have this great planet here that is helping you communicate and tell people, oh, I'm going to do this, or tell yourself you're going to do this. But interestingly enough, Mars is only at 12 degrees and therefore not making an aspect to the Sun, Moon, or the Saturn. And that means the energy is a bit out of sync. So that means that you're maybe needing to eat healthier meals or something like that. But the Mars here is thinking about buying a motorcycle or something. It's taking action and doing things with communication, but they're not in line with your goals. And this takes mindfulness to get it all to align. Now, this Mars will move forward and things will line up over time, but right now it's very important that when you're taking action to recognize whether this is helping your goals, hindering your goals, or whether it's just totally random and not doing either. So when we look at your relationships for the next 4 weeks, what we have is we have Venus in the 5th house, which is great for love and romance, but we don't have an aspect between Uranus and the Sun for really making a connection. So there is some fun, there may be some whoopee and all of that, but we don't have really a deep connection going on because the things are out of sync. This will line up later, but right now, just be patient when it comes to relationships. If you're looking for love, you may, connect with a few people, but again, you might not feel that the connection is really there. And so you might want to wait or, just kind of like draw out the conversation a little bit so these energies can line up later. Now, when it comes to home and family, we do still have the continued energy of Uranus going through your 4th house, and that is your planet ruler, and so it's very significant. It does say, of course, that you're changing things on a very core level in your life. Fundamentally, you're changing, and that can be that you're breaking bad family patterns or patterns that you've had since childhood. But this also says there might be some changes going on in the home. You might be looking at living a different lifestyle and that sort of thing. But this is a very long transit, so this unfolds over years. But when it comes to your home and family, we do have a semi-sextile between the Venus and the Uranus, and this does say that stuff is going on that needs your attention at home. Maybe things need repairs, maybe family needs to be reached out to and all that. It's a semi-sextile. It's not the most comfortable aspect. You might feel that the repairs are a little beyond you and that you are not sure whether you want to have a lot of repair people in the house right now, etc. When it comes to family, you might be really missing your family, but not necessarily able to see them right now. So, but their energy is syncing up, and so you can make a connection, and that is you can find, a repair person who's going to come in with, protective gear on, and so you feel comfortable. You are going to make the connection with your family, even though you might have to drop something to answer the phone. Now, when it comes to your career, you, of course, have the co-rulers of Pluto and Mars is making that aspect to the Uranus, and so there is some connection here. It does say if you're looking for a new job that you'll probably get the interview, that you can actually secure the job. However, there's something about the job that's not quite exactly what you were expecting because it is just a semi-sextile. So it might be that 90% of the job sounds great, but maybe the salary is a little lower than you wanted, or working hours are a little different than you wanted. Try to do some negotiations because you have that Mars in the 3rd house, so you might be very successful doing that. But in general, when it comes to your career, things are going along pretty well with occasionally some slight irritations. So when it comes to your money, of course, you are pulling money from Neptune and Jupiter. That means that you are pulling money right from the money house. So all money options are open to you. That's fantastic. And then also the Jupiter in the 12th. That means that when you add the spiritual component or some sort of ritual to it, your money attracting ability gets stronger. So that would be like doing a money meditation in the morning, or maybe, in the morning you get right to work and making your sales calls or things like that. Whatever that sort of repetitive, almost ritualistic actions that you take can really help you draw money. When we look at your passive income sources and money derived from royalties, residuals, stocks, things like that, and also your business income, you're a little out of sync this time because Mercury is not making an aspect to Neptune or Jupiter. And so you are not probably going to accumulate a lot of money in this area. So I expect you to make about the same level of business income that you make on a usual month. It is also likely that the same goes for stocks or passive income sources like affiliate marketing. It's about the same, but it's not, it's not in sync enough for you to be making some sort of bigger money. When we look at your money derived from career, it is very good because Jupiter is making a nice sextile to Venus. The sextile means if you take some action, benefits come. So this lines up with what we were saying about your career, that you would be able to do those negotiations to get a better salary or a better commission schedule or something like that. It does mean that you have the opportunity, when you pay attention to it, to accumulate more money through money derived from career. So this would be like making more money than your usual month, but it is just a sextile. That means it does need some action on your part. If you don't take the action, then nothing happens. When it comes to windfalls or taking chances to make money, you have the Venus there, and so there's really a strong desire to do that, to take some sort of risk, and the North Node is popped into there. It's going to be there for the next 18 months, and so there is such a desire to take bigger chances. Right now, those are not necessarily going to manifest into actual cash because Mercury is not lining up with the Jupiter or the Neptune, and so planting the seed is good while you have the Venus because, you know, it's enjoyable, you'll make good connections and all of that, but, you know, whatever is going to manifest from it is either not going to happen or it's going to wait until this Mercury lines up. So that means if you're buying a ticket for a raffle that's soon, that it's probably not going to happen. But if you are planting a seed, like starting to have a conversation with an influencer or a mentor or somebody like that, that over the next few months could grow into something, that is a really good risk to take. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like videos like this, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned. There is some footage of LaRue.